Hey guys, welcome into the video. Today we're talking about trading 212 Bitcoin. Oh my god, I never thought I would ever use the words Bitcoin on my channel, and let alone with trading 212. However, I'm not buying Bitcoin directly with trading 212 because you can't do that anymore because they removed that sector, or they removed the ETF that tracked the Bitcoin value. However, what you can do is invest in Bitcoin mining companies through trading 212. So I've thought, what the hell, I've got a spare £50, so YOLO essentially. I've got this £50 and I've put it into a pie consisting of solely Bitcoin mining companies. Now I've tried so hard for ages now to try and get my head around Bitcoin, and it just doesn't really make any sense. It's something that doesn't physically exists. It's extremely hard to value because again it just doesn't exist. So it's all about sentiment. That's what I've gathered from it. When it's going up, everybody's launching their money into it, and then when it's going down, everybody's selling off at the same time. So it's very, very volatile, and I expect that to be the same for all the Bitcoin mining companies. Sometimes they'll fly up, sometimes they won't. However, what I have found with Bitcoin is that eventually they will all be mined, and the value intrinsically of each Bitcoin has crept up over time, and even the bigger institutions now are coming on board as well and saying that they're going to have to start treating Bitcoin as a viable currency and a viable way to invest. Unbelievable, I know. So I'm going to get into I'm going to get my phone in a minute, and I'm going to show you exactly which companies I've invested in and what I've got in this absolute YOLO pie. But hey, it's a small part of my portfolio. I thought I'd have a little bit of fun with it. Hey again guys, so here we are, got my phone here, and you can see, you'll be able to see gloriously what my portfolio value is at the moment, and then all the parties that I have as well. I'm going to nudge myself over a little bit so you'll be able to see the positions just here. So I've got quite a few in ARK, and then down at the bottom here we have Bitcoin miners. As you can see, I've already lost a little bit of money on it. Essentially, you might think I'm a little bit mad for doing this, I don't know, but I quite like it as a little bit of an experiment as a bare minimum. So I'm not quite finished investing in it at the moment. We've got Bitcoin miners. I'm down £1.20, and if we hop on across to my holdings, you can see that I've gone for Investco Elwood Global Blockchain. So that's got a whole plethora of Bitcoin miners in there across the world, which is exactly why I went for it, and that's where the majority of my position is actually held. So I've diversified a little bit there through ETF. Then I've gone for the UK variant, which is Argo Blockchain. That is still going through currently, so that hasn't actually arrived in my pie yet. And then I've gone for Riot Blockchain, Marathon Patent, which is obviously another Bitcoin miner, and then MJT Capital Investments as well. These have all been big companies in the news very recently, with the onset of Bitcoin hitting well over $40,000 for a single coin. These companies flew up, and I'm just going to drip feed into this a little bit at a time, time after time, and see what happens with these companies. As the value of Bitcoin goes up, hopefully massively, then these companies' revenue will go up hugely as well. I have checked them all out. They do all check out, they do all produce revenue, so their systems in place for mining Bitcoin actually work, and they're just in the processes of ramping this up to actually start mining even more, and that will coincide hopefully quite nicely with an increase in Bitcoin's price. And as you can imagine, it fell through the floor recently, down from $40,000 down to 26. But hey, that's literally just Bitcoin. Moving on from that, like I say, there is huge variations in the price of Bitcoin at the moment. 1 minute it's at $40,000, next minute it's at 26. But the general trend is upwards. There are a lot of people losing access to their vaults, so this is going to be a demand and supply thing. Eventually all the Bitcoins in the world will be mined. People will sadly pass away and not pass on the password to access the Bitcoins in their vault to their others, and there's people losing their hard drives. There's a guy searching rubbish dumps in the UK at the moment because he lost $210 million worth of Bitcoin on his hard drive. oops, unfortunate for you. I don't think he's going to find that, sadly. But that's the thing that I'm investing in, really, just a supply and demand thing. Eventually, Bitcoins will just be less, there'll be less and less of them, so that will make them more and more valuable over time. And so just drip feed into it. Crazy as I am, if you think I'm crazy, let me know in the comments below, that'd be great. I'm just going to drip feed into it and see where it goes. It's never going to be my major investments, but I do like having a little flutter with some risk at the moment, and this certainly is that. If you want to copy me, you're probably slightly mad as well, but do be aware of what you're doing. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I'll see you in another investing or Bitcoin episode. See you later.